Hi, how's everyone? Welcome. Thanks for coming back. Hello and welcome if you're new. Thanks for finding me. I swear I stutter badly. I sing even worse. So if you can vibe with a hot mess, then you found the right channel. We're doing Mercury direct today. Mercury has gone direct in Pisces. There's a lot of other aspects going on with it, but for brevity, we're just going to concentrate on Mercury. So we've got Mercury direct at 2 degrees Pisces, but it's conjunct the North Node at 2 degrees, Neptune at 6, Saturn at 1 degree, and Venus still retrograde at about 1 degree in Pisces. It's all sextile to Uranus at less than a degree into Taurus, and it's trine with Mars at 1 degree in Cancer. But let's just break it down to just Mercury direct, and we're gonna go ahead and combine it with that conjunction with the North Node because it's at the same degree. So, Mercury symbolizes our intellectual and communicative nature. It rules Gemini and Virgo. It influences how we think, process information, and express ourselves verbally and in writing. It influences our communication style, how we learn, and how we convey our thoughts and ideas. The moon's nodes are tied to our subconscious. So the south node, presently in Virgo, which also is ruled by Mercury, represents the past experiences, our tendencies, our comfort zones, the learned lessons, mental, emotional, psychological tools that we have mastered, and even perhaps baggage. The North Node represents what we're moving towards, what motivates us going forward towards growth in the future and our evolution, our development, and our divine purpose. So when Mercury aspects the North Node, there is an emphasis on intellect and communication, articulating our thoughts. Now remember, all this was retrograde for the last few weeks. So there was a diminishment, there was a regression in that processing logically, and communicating effectively and articulately. And now that Mercury is going direct again, um, now we have a little bit of a boost in our brainstorming potential and innovation regarding dialogue and understanding. Now put that all together and in Pisces with the South Node in Virgo, and it suggests that we've been through the overthinking and the looking for quote unquote perfection. We've analyzed and categorized and we've done our due diligence and coming at things from that standpoint of logic, duty, and reality. But now we're being called to apply that to a deeper consciousness. We're being called to open up our possibilities and consider that we can't account for the unseen. That's really out of that Virgo comfort zone, that logic and order kind of mindset. And it's going into that kind of more emotional Pisces energy. It's so Virgo had us functioning out of duty and service. We kind of understood where we were coming from. We understood our obligations and fulfilled them with commitment and integrity, but we were lacking a real connection to why. Why were we doing these things? But we were, Pisces takes that Virgo, the lessons of grounded logic and perfectionism and criticism, and it expands it past mere duty into true higher connection. It moves us past rote repetition of actions into true understanding and empathy. And it challenges our faith by removing the dogma and replacing it with perception. Um, we've seen the value in facts and reality, and now we open up to contemplating more imaginative landscapes. We go beyond our five senses and consider the powers at work outside of our mental awareness, discussing that's that Mercury energy coming in, discussing and analyzing how we feel about empathy, spiritual insights, truth versus invention, how it fits in our lives, and how we fit in a wider world full of things that we cannot account for. So I have a quick. I just came up with a quick spread for this Mercury retrograde energy. I got the idea from what was that website? It was on a Substack, angelorum.substack.com, and I tweaked it a little bit. So we have a placement for what lingers. This is kind of like residual ideas that Mercury retrograde is it's still swirling around in our heads. Things that are still lingering from the retrograde energy. We've got what's gonna bring us new clarity. Where we're going to see some momentum in our lives, and a fourth card for advice. So I can't wait to actually get into this. This is a new spread for me. So the first card is what lingers. What is lingering from that Mercury retrograde? And what do you know? We dropped the Hierophant. Now I know the Hierophant represents Taurus, but Taurus is tradition. And a lot of times we function in old paradigms, in old habits, in old patterns, because that's just the way it's always been done. So I think with this lingering retrograde, Mercury retrograde energy, we're we're still dealing with a little bit of that old, but this is how it's done. This is how it's supposed to be. This is how I was told it was supposed to be. This is how all the information is telling me it's supposed to be. And that can be extremely restrictive and constraining to progress, to acceptance, to anything anything excuse me. They're saying that those kinds of paradigms really restrict what we think can be true outside of what we've been taught. All right. So that's what's lingering. We've got Hierophant energy. This is tradition and instruction. We are going to get clarifiers. I'm shuffling them now. But if this kind of lingers, or not lingers, if this moves into like love kind of direction, the Hierophant does represent a spiritual contract or connection. Um, but I mean, that could even be our spiritual contract with ourselves, with our higher self, with our purpose, with our divine purpose, with a creator or whatever, with the divine, any kind of spiritual contract. So, can we get some clarity here on what lingers from the Mercury retrograde energy? We've got the Hangman, that's Pisces energy, and the Queen of Swords. Anything else? And the Queen of Cups. Okay. See, yeah. I mean, just the main symbolism here is that Pisces energy, which is going inward, gaining perception. Um, Queen of Swords, that's very logical and um, intellectual. And then the Queen of Cups, Pisces energy, opening up to more loving connections, more empathy, um, peace and love and wisdom. This is also psychic ability. This is intuitive ability. This is connecting on a spiritual level to yourself and to others. Whereas the Queen of Swords functions in that very logical, balanced energy. She's like, deal me the truth or don't come towards me at all. But the Queen of Cups is saying, open that up a little bit because there's more than just that weighing of right and wrong and truth and lies. The You have to come at it with an open heart too, an open mind, an open conduit towards connecting on a deeper level, person to person, in and to ourselves and to the divine. And this hanged man energy is important soul work, and it's surrendering to the idea that we need some inner awareness. So that's what's clarifying the Hierophant in that lingering energy. That's exactly what I was talking about in the reading. So in the second position, what's that? Oh, where is the new clarity going to come in? And we've got the Page of Swords in reverse. And the Page of Swords is the researcher. He's ruled by... Oh, this is Gemini. So he's ruled by Mercury. Mercury coming out strong here. This is um, analytical, observant, youthful, and intelligent, but in the reverse, it's an idea of deception and lashing out at the idea that we were deceived. Okay? And that is where this new clarity is coming. We have been deceived about something and now we are lashing out. Or someone is. I'll say some in the collective. So can we clarify this Page of Swords in the reverse? Now, this definitely has that Mercury retrograde energy. There was maybe it wasn't outright deception, but it was incomplete information, maybe half truths, maybe delayed information where somebody couldn't make a good decision on something. Somebody didn't have all of the facts and the data. Oh, we've got the Five of Cups on the back side. Turn back to love and share your cup. I mean, that is actually the message that the Queen of Cups is giving here, just with her presence. I have this. I'm feeling forgiveness. Forgive the fact that there was deception here. Clarify that Five of Cups, please. There's regret. I heard, I'm so sorry I got that wrong. I am so sorry I got that wrong. But then it's again with that lashing out with that sword. It's like somebody's trying to defend themselves as to why they got it wrong. So we've got the Two of Pentacles on the backside. Your skills are valuable, and you're being observed, and you are making an impression. One more for that, please. There's an energy here in this second position of owning up to the fact that you may have gotten something wrong. There may have been, it's like you're the whatever it was that you got wrong was not malicious and it was not intentional, but it was because of that Mercury retrograde energy of maybe information was delayed or something was garbled or there was an interruption in something, and maybe there was some judgment calls made that were made with incomplete data. But with this Two of Pentacles saying your skills are valuable and you're being observed and you are making an impression, I really feel like this is you owning up to that. And people are like, well, that's amazing that, I'm so thankful. They're just appreciative that you could take the stance that I got it wrong. I got it wrong and I was dealing with two different ideas, and I apologize, and people are very impressed with how you are managing this energy. And we've got the Star on the backside. Interesting. She came up, I believe, for the morning energy read, I think. Excuse me. And this talks about The star talks about redirection and rebirth. There's a renewal. Okay, after a tower. So the tower card comes before the star. That's kind of like the bringing down of an old structure. And it had to come down because we couldn't bring it down ourselves. That's the divine coming in and and washing something away that had not been serving its purpose. Okay. Towers also come down when they have been built on false foundations. So then after that, we've got the star, which is new hopes and dreams, a redirection, rebalancing, and hope and healing. And on the backside, it means a powerful breakthrough and harmony restored. See, you're going to own up to this that you were deceived on some way, and you're going to say I can't believe that I got this wrong and I apologize. There's regret here for any harm that could have been done. There's also opening up to emotion again, like really connecting with whoever this affected, and coming forward and saying I did not, this not none of this was done out of hate or anger. I truly love and adore you, or whatever. There's a real connection here, and it was disrupted by some bad information, but somebody is owning up to it and redirecting, and it's really making an impression. So the fourth or the third position here is, where are we going to find some momentum? But we have the Page of Pentacles in the reverse, and that's lack of focus. It could be a financial dry spell, and it could be suspended goals. Okay, suspend. So there's a pause here. There's a pause. There could be refocusing. Um, how do you describe that, when you kind of look back at what your goals were and you're like, because of this information here, because of this enlightenment here, that some of the data was missing, or something like that, you're like, well, I've got to pull back and replan. I got to look at this a little bit closer. That Page of Pentacles is young and untested and inexperienced, but he's dedicated. He's dedicated to really making this happen. So we're going to get some momentum in learning where we had lack of focus. We're going to be able to refocus. So we've got the Three of Cups. Hey, I love that. Is this the back sign? I think so. This is a sign. Oh, this came out in the pre-shuffle. That's good. It's going to be like a reunion of celebration, a gathering for pleasure, praise, tribute, and blessings. I like that. Oh, look, there it is, right there. The Three of Cups came in the last position for advice. Okay, that's a nice flow. What are we celebrating here? Lack of so like the momentum here is refocusing on something. It could be refocusing on what's important. Our tribe, our loved ones, our friend group, the homies, celebrating being together. I like that. Can we clarify? Oh, the lovers. Oh my God. Is this renewed love? Can you please clarify? Give me more on the lovers. One more on the lovers, please. So like I had mentioned at the beginning, if this is about love, this could be somebody who was functioning in a very, now, like I said, that Hierophant energy is Taurus, and they are very, very stuck in tradition. Now we've got the lovers. So maybe that restrictive tradition, that mindset of how it's always supposed to work, derailed something that could have been really loving. Now the clarity is being shed, the light is being shed. There's momentum here on where we can refocus. Something about the lovers, a choice. That's Gemini energy, also ruled by Mercury. And on top of that, we've got the Queen of Wands on the front side. She's magnetic and warm, charming, and outwardly dynamic. This is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. Position is this again? Momentum. Oh, celebration, the lovers, a choice, choosing love, choosing physical connection, choosing oh, whatever is, oh, choosing fire, choosing desire, choosing love and connection. Oh, I gotta get that last part. What's that last card? That Three of Cups in the advice, celebrate, social events, prosperous relationships, connection. Bam. What was I talking about? That's that Pisces energy, really connecting on a spiritual level. That empathy, that intuition, that I recognize your soul, you recognize mine. We are the same. We are from the same spiritual cloth. That's such a different kind of connection than that Virgo energy of I connect with you because you and I are human. And I have a duty to make sure that you are good, and I have a duty to make sure of this, and I have a duty to be logical about this. And then, oh, I love it. And then, Pisces comes in and says, you have more than a duty. You have a spiritually genetic connection. Oh, I love it. One more, please, for this Three of Cups. I mean, come on, I got the Sun in Temperance. One more, please. One more, please, for this. Two of Cups. Two of Cups. Two of Cups with the Nine of Cups. And now I'm not going to bring out the Nine of Cups because I'm not taking four. But it's there. Bam. Look at that. It's there. Nine of Cups. Ready for long-term happiness versus fleeting pleasures. Okay, so we've got here, how do I want to move these around here a little bit? Can we see everything? Let me adjust this a little bit so that everything can be in frame. Okay. All right. Momentum towards refocusing on something. Refocusing on joy, celebration, the lovers, choosing a decision, choosing love, a decision made in harmony with another person, towards another person, for the connection to another person. It could be with a fire sign. You could be the fire sign. You could be recommitting to the to your own energy, to your own vitality. You could be choosing to love yourself a little bit deeper. That's where your lack of focus had been interrupted. Celebrating you, celebrating choosing you, choosing your wisdom and outward dynamicness. Is that a word? Or again, it could be choosing love and fiery love too. Three of Cups here with the advice, celebrate. That's what's coming in. Oh, wait a minute. I had more than, okay. I guess I'll take it. I didn't know that this was here, but we've got the Ace of Wands. I mean, this is a gift of energy. We did have the backside. But we've got Ace of Wands here. New projects, renewed momentum. Look at that. Oh, maybe that should have been there. I don't know. We'll put that in the middle because we've got the position here for where are we going to gain more momentum. And then after that, we've got the Ace of Wands, a gift of energy, momentum, opportunity, strength, allies, and inspiration. Allies, I like that because here we've got the Three of Cups. Those are our homies there. We've got the Sun on top of that. Remember, this position is advice. Rejoice in this new connection. Rejoice in renewing a connection. We've got Temperance here. This is finding a way to revitalize harmony and balance. This is what is needed to restore harmony Where are you out of balance? And on that, we've got the Two of Cups. You can trust this choice. All signs point to good love. See, I know. And then, like I said, bottom of the deck, we've got that Nine of Cups. Ready for long-term happiness versus fleeting pleasures. So perhaps that is where we are discovering that we have been a little bit misled by this Mercury retrograde energy in Pisces. There is real momentum towards connection and love on a much higher level than what we had previously accepted as possible, probable, and realistic. Okay, this is hot. I really like this. So we're going to go ahead and get an Angels and Ancestors Oracle message. I forgot to do my spiel. It's basically saying, leave what doesn't resonate, but keep it in mind. It might make sense at a later time. You are all at different points in the timeline. But I do hope this resonated. I hope the messages reached you for your highest good. If you are vibing with my content, then please take a moment to subscribe, leave a thumbs up, share my video. It helps get my content seen. In the description, you'll find my email and donation links. I am open for personal readings and birth chart inquiries. And for any small donation, I would love to do you a 3-card personal spread as a thank you. Email, Venmo, and Cash App are in the description. And I appreciate any and all signal boost or feedback or donation. So thank you so much for spending this time with me. Can I get an oracle message for the collective, please? For this Mercury direct, finally, Venus is going to go direct in a couple weeks and join up. It's all going down in Pisces. So, thank you. Skyfather. Okay. It says, trust in the universe. So, let's read that real quick. Skyfather's come out a couple times in the last couple weeks. Okay. It says, trust in the unknown. What was I saying before? How we are opening up to the idea that there are things outside of our logic. So we have to open up to what was previously the unknown. It says, trust that your path is unfolding exactly as it needs to. You have a personal relationship with the Great Father. Know that He's lovingly leading you forward. I do also get Aquarius energy with this because of the eagle. So perhaps somebody here has a passed on father figure who was an Aquarius or had strong Aquarius in their chart. You are a co-creator of your life, and every thought, feeling, intention, and emotion you have is creating the road ahead. With that being said, you don't need to know every single detail of what is going to unfold before you. When this card appears, you're being guided to step back and get out of your own way, because there is a greater power that is not only around you but within you. And Skyfather is creating the best experience imaginable for you. Accepting this will allow miraculous energy to come into your life. So see things from a higher perspective, like the eagle on the card. This card can also appear when there's an opportunity to improve the father connection in your life. If your father figure is in heaven, know that his spirit is drawing close. If he is on earth, then there's an opportunity to heal something, whether past or present. All right. I love that. I hope that resonated, you guys. What do we have coming up next? Well, I'll be doing the morning energy read. That's timeless. And then we're going to go into Leo placements. I believe the moon is moving into Leo. So we're going to combine the two and do Leo placements with first quarter. Waxing gibbous, I think, moon in Leo. That's tomorrow. So thank you so much, you guys. Until I see you again in the next reading. Okay, thanks. Bye.